What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. On today's video, we're going to be working back on the little silver DS. I'm so used to saying the little white DS, but in our last video, we had it painted. We added some accessories from golfcartstuff.com to it. The seat covers, the front laser engraved badge on it that says Fintertainment. That's cool. And some metal trim pieces along the sides and the front and stuff like that. Those kind of things makes the golf cart look great. Okay, makes them stand out from the others, especially the laser cut badge, because hey, you can have that badge say just about anything you want. You just contact golfcartstuff.com and they will get you going quickly. Now in today's video, we have another lithium battery and we have some other accessories here. And we're going to do all of that on today's video. Now, this is two different companies that reached out to me wanting me to do a review on some of their stuff. Battery reviews just don't really work on my channel for like just a single battery. Now, if this battery was running the entire golf cart, yes, it does great. But, you know, just for a single battery, that's kind of a boring video if you ask me. So Powerqueen reached out. They sent over a 12.8 volt 190 amp hour battery. My plans from the get-go, I was going to use this battery in walk and tall in my big golf cart on 35s. I wanted 190 amp hours of capacity just for all the lights and the big stereo and everything that I had in mind for that golf cart. But the problem is I didn't have the room for this battery because once I started working on the golf cart, the vision of where I had in mind for this battery, it just wouldn't work. The only place that I could find use for it on that golf cart was the Bagwell area, and I'm saving that area for a cooler, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to use this 12.8 volt 190 amp hour battery on this little silver DS in the Bagwell area. Now when I got this battery in, I actually tested it out. I wanted to see if it was really 190 amps or if it was anywhere close to 190 amp hours. So when it got in, I charged the battery up. And once it was fully charged, I have this little device and I hooked the battery up to it. I set my amperage up to it. It's got like a little heat sink on it and a fan. So you can set the amperage on it and you pretty much press start and it just goes. So at the end of the test, I want to say this got to 191, 192 amp hours. It ran for 13 or 14 hours straight at 13 or 14 amps is what it was pulling constantly. So this is a jam up battery and it does exactly as it's advertised on the on the box or the package itself. Let's check the capacity meter here. First thing to notice is it's quit spinning, so the battery has shut itself down. Just looking at this right here, little gauge is 0.07 volts. It's not pulling any amps. The top left is not pulling any watts. The watt hours is 2,459.74 watt hours. It ran for 14 hours, 55 minutes, and 34 seconds. And we pulled 194.03 amp hours from this battery. Now it's, it's advertised 190, so this right here pulled every bit of that and some on this right here test. This right here has been a great test so far. So this battery is great. It did exactly as advertised. It did more than 190 amp hours, and it ran for a very long time, like you just seen in that video there. So Nilight reached out to me as well. It says, hey, would you like to try one of our 6-gain switch panels? I said, sure. And what I like about this unit here is it has a relay system built into it. Now, if you guys watch my channel, you know that I like to use relays on some of these accessories on these golf carts. Well, the last one that we did, like this right here, that wasn't the same name brand, it did not have that relay block on it. This one has the relay system on it, so you really don't have to add relays to this, okay? The last one we did, it changed colors, and you can make the switches momentary for stuff like that. You can't do it with this one here. Now, I believe Nilight has them that you can do that too, but the one that they sent me is just a 6-gain switch panel, and it's got the relay system. All right, guys, so as you can see, the Powerqueen 190 is mounted. I got a strap, and I put some 7/16 all thread on there. So I just mounted it. It's very tight, and actually look at this, kind of like bowing the box a little bit, which is fine. If you ever seen the inside of one of these batteries here, there's multiple cells inside, but there's usually foam all around it as well. Plenty of room inside the battery, but I just wanted to make sure it was tight. Next thing we need to do is run a power and ground wire from the switch panel that we're going to mount next. All right, guys, the next thing we need to do is to mount the switch panel here. This right here is just a cover. This is the switch panel, 6 relays, 6 fuses, and 6 outlets. On this switch panel system here, it only has power outlet. This does not support ground. What that means is you're going to have to take your ground wire, either ground it to your vehicle's chassis, or if you have a case like we're doing here with the golf cart, you're going to have to run your ground all the way back to the battery ground, or you can maybe put like a stud somewhere and run your ground kind of like to a remote location. That's kind of what I'm having in mind for this one. Now, in order to hook this right here up, you have 2 different power wires. You have your main power wire here. This is what's going to support the load. You have your ignition power wire here, or your switch power wire. If you want to run this to the ignition, you could run this to like a fuse block location here. When the vehicle is in the on position, the system will have voltage, but when it's in the off, it won't. And then you have this really tiny ground wire here. The only thing this ground wire is doing is providing a ground signal to the coils on the relay. Like I mentioned, you're going to have to worry about your grounds, either carrying back to the battery, go to the chassis ground, or whatnot. That's pretty much it, guys. Very simple. Let's go ahead and get it into the golf cart, get it mounted, and get it wired up. Now, I took the seat off the golf cart here. You can see the 4 EnjoyBot 12-volt batteries. And when I was redoing this golf cart this past week, I put the voltage reducer against this back wall along with the relay. And the reason it has a relay is because these reducers are live at all times. I made a video about these reducers possibly draining your battery, and I added a relay. I did a separate video just for that. But if you want to run one of these cheap DC to DC converters and you want it to quit draining, you know, your batteries while you're sleeping or while you're at work or whatnot, you need to put a relay in it, and I'll link that video at the end of this video. But with that being said, what my plans is to remove both of these pieces right here. I'm gonna mount my control box right there against that panel right there. So my plan is to just pull this one battery right here out. I think the best spot to mount it is back here and down low. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and mark it. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. Y'all see that? All right, so there it is, right? Here's the problem. You see this ridge? That ridge is stopping me from removing the cover. So my plan now is once I get the cover off, and hopefully I don't break it, I'm gonna snap those two little clips on the very back side, since you still have this one clip here. All right, I got it back on. Let's see now. Oh yeah, much easier that way. All right, guys, next thing we need to do is to run this wire here all the way to the front for the remote. And if you see, they give you an extension cable here, and it comes in the wire loom. We can go ahead and unwrap that, run it down along the frame. I'm gonna pop it up inside behind the dash right there. All right, guys, the switch is now mounted. It's right here. I went ahead and tightened up this hardware here, but you can loosen up, you can adjust it, you know, to your liking. Just trust me when I say this is not permanent. You gotta trust me. But I wanted to show how you can mount it in this video, and that's why I mounted it just like that. Now, to show how this works, I have this Nilight here, 12-inch. I think I'm gonna mount it right here to the top of this bumper here, and take this hot and ground here. We're gonna run the hot wire to the switch box itself, run the ground wire to the battery. Just to kind of show you the front bumper, I took the front bumper off, line on my plates here. That's what they look like from the top side there. Inside of these brackets, it's like a welded stud in there, so the bolt won't turn. That's what it looks like from the underside. Washer, lock washer, and nut. All right, this is the main power right here. Onto the LED light on the front of the cart. Strip it back some there. Next, we'll go ahead and take the box cover off. Slides right up. That's much nicer. I'm glad we did that. I guess I'm gonna put it in this far back one first. Basically, I'm just taking the screwdriver, putting it in spot, slide the wire in, tighten it back down. I mean, simple as that. I'm just holding it in place while I get it tight. Then we'll give it a little tug. That's not going anywhere. The only thing that I need to do now is to extend this one wire and run it back to the battery. Now we have the wires ran down here. I can go ahead and connect my positives and my ground. I'm gonna just attach the main red wire there, the black wire there, ground, and that'll be it. As far as back here will be completely done. All right guys, the install is completely done. Got the 6-gain switch panel right there. Everything's put back in place. I just need to put these 2 screws back in the back. The wire's coming out that cover right there. So what I did is I went ahead and added a 48-volt relay to the system, to the key switch here. So when we turn the key switch on, the wire that tells this unit right here to turn on and off will pass through 30 and 87. So with it off, it's off. With it on, it's on. I just wanted to go ahead and do that as well. Now I will say that when I did that, I went ahead and left everything here connected to the battery constant because, hey, you know, I can have brake lights just sitting on the golf cart here, okay? I can have brake lights there, even with the golf cart off, as you can see there. Still has the horn, okay? Still can turn my lights on and off there. These are just the headlights, but any of the accessories, you have to turn the key on to do that. And do you remember the little speedometer right here? Well, I took it off. The reason I took it off is because the next modification that we're going to do to this golf cart here, I really just don't know how to incorporate that and make it look good. So I went ahead and just got rid of it. Maybe we'll do a speedometer down the road, do something different, but I'm sorry, I just couldn't leave anything alone. I like that a lot better. So everything is connected with the key. And then I can turn that's my light bar here. Okay. Next we can turn the headlights on. So now we have plenty of light. But like I said, if we turn the key off, headlights will stay on, but all the accessories turns off. All right, now once you have everything installed, you can go ahead and make sure which light is on which switch. And so our front light bar is on this bottom right switch here. They include in your kit a bunch of stickers. These are actually button covers. And you can go ahead and pick out which button cover you'd like to put on your item there. So we know that is a light bar. They have a light bar here, so we could take this off and put it there. Let's say you have a radio, they have a radio one, whip for like an LED whip, fans, horns, you name it. So there's a bunch of different ways to customize your switch. And we're gonna go ahead and remove this light bar from ours. And these stickers are like very thick, okay? Put that on there. And now we have, it says light bar here, and it's illuminated through. So it's all black on the switch cover, and it's kind of like lasered out for, you know, whatever you name your switch. So pretty cool. So we're gonna hang on to this right here for our build. We might keep adding to this system here. So we can go ahead and keep adding switches and switch covers to that as well. Anyways, there it is, guys. I appreciate you watching today's channel. Comment, like, share, subscribe. Do whatever you want to do. Until next time, we'll see you guys later.